Pagina A. Game boxing. Games map. 9 apps. Space. Blind. Arm. Blindglaat. A. Western. Hellhunt Antinomen. Liggend. Hellhunt Antinomen. Gebied voor directe aanraking.
Hellhunter. Antinomen. Move among the options in the main menu with swipe left. New game. Load game. You have reached Hills. Saving point. You saved the game. Garbage. They must have been thrown from whoever entered inside. And since no one returned. Such a shameful sight. To the caves of the abyss. To the path to the cliffs. The path to return to that cave is very long indeed. The caves of the abyss extend for such a long way. But Elian's body already knows that. On the way he enjoys the sight of the sea. You have reached path to cliffs. Landscape. The view is magnificent. To the east there's only sea. Waves crash against the cliffs. A cloudless sky looks free like Elian, and a pleasant silence, interrupted only by the waves, calms his mind. Some boats can be seen far in the distance. Grave. There's no image, and not even a carving. It's quite a sad sight. Metagai. Metagai is walking along the path. Who the hell is he? Anyway, he greets Elian and congratulates him for escaping from the cave of the abyss. He also asks him if he noticed that Elian has the power of listening to the last thoughts of the corpses. He suggests to check all the corpses he found along his journey. They might say something interesting. To the hills, to the cliffs, land to the cliffs. Elian returns on the cliff path. In the distance he can see the speedboat. It's them! It's a relief. But first of all he has to retrieve his equipment. The cave where he's been must be nearby. You have reached cliff path. Background. There's the speedboat docked among the cliffs. Aside from that, Elian is surrounded by nature. Grass. At a certain point, the grass takes the place of the path. To the plains. To the hidden cave. Elian can confirm that this is the cave in which he has been kept prisoner for some time. Suddenly a presence on his left appears. It's her. But Elian knows that she's dead, yet she's still there. With her voice she confirms that it's that place. Elian refuses to watch her face, yet his eye slips to her red lips. Apart from the nose, the rest of her face from that perspective is covered from her long scarlet hairs. Anyway, it's time to proceed. You have reached Hidden Cave, entrance. Light. There's the ambient light, the typical smell of the sea, and the sound of the waves. To the cliff path, to the chemistry lab. Here's the lab. There's no other place in which Elian's equipment could be. She points a finger toward the wardrobe and tells him that no other place could hide the equipment. And he knew that. All that he was searching for was an excuse to return to this place. Nothing else. Elian tries to ignore her. Still, he notices the fingernail polish on her nails. Red as well. Her features are impeccable as always. She would never want to look bad in front of her former prisoner. You have reached Hidden Cave, Chemistry Lab. Tools. There are many tools used in chemistry on some Bookshelf. Many of the treated themes inside the books meet Ellie. Many of the wardrobe. As suggested by her, Elian opens the wardrobe. There are many clothes on the hangers. Most of them are the ones which she got Elian used to. But she actually also had normal clothes, even elegant ones. She gets close to Elian and admits that she had a life outside this place, but she smiles and tells Elian not to worry. She only saved the best for him. Her favorite clothes have been worn by her only here, and only for him, and she knows that the ones she's wearing at the moment are the ones that he likes the most. Elian searches for the equipment in the low part of the wardrobe, and he finds them. Everything is there except the blood vials. As he finishes putting on the jacket, she asks him if he's satisfied. Now he can go where he really wanted to. In that chamber, she warns him that he has no reason to return to that room. He did all that he had to do in this place, and that doing that won't add anything at all to his journey, or to his mission. But still, she chuckles, he will do that all the same. She already knows that. Elian closes the wardrobe and turns around. Pantry. There's the food and the ingredients. To the entrance to the torture chamber. She starts to chuckle. Actually, she laughs out loud. A wide and delighted smile tapers her lips. She leans her head towards Elian's face, and with the hand she gently caresses his right cheek. He looks away. The texture of her hand is ethereal. Probably she's not even there, just a fruit of his imagination, or his power is involved with this. She tells him that she knew that he had no excuse to enter here. Nothing will change this. Even if he could go back in time, he would always know that in this moment he decided to enter this room by his own free will. He will always be her prisoner, as she said before dying. You have reached Hidden Cave, Torture Chamber. Saving point. You saved the game. Group of syringes. As Elian takes a look at the syringes, she chuckles and gets close to them, to remind him when she told him the truth. Elian thought it was the end, but he turned out to be a liar. That was just the beginning. Wooden shackles. Elian looks down, where the wooden shackles are located. She gently hugs him from behind. Her hands slowly slip along his arms, and they stop at Elian's wrists. While she closes her hands around his wrists, she asks him if he misses them. Even if when she freed him from them, he looked so relieved, she reminds him how good he felt when he rested on her thighs, with the shackles on his limbs. Bowls. The rice is now mouldy. She tells him that he deserves a punishment for that. For a moment she thought that when he was on the verge of surrender, he could have decided to eat the rice she prepared with love. Metal tools. Elian takes a look at the metal tools, which are still stained with his blood. From behind she passes her fingers along Elian's back, touching all the wounds she caused him with her last torture. Meanwhile, she reminds him of that moment. She's mad with him since she didn't make it in time to clean her beloved tools, which are now in this condition. Blood. Elian stands before the pool. The blood is dry now. She kneels next to it, with her elbows on her knees, while her hands support her head. She stares at the pool for a while. Then she reminds Elian of when he lost all his blood, but then he sucked even more than that from her. She stands up and gets close to him. She admits that in that moment she was so happy. Thinking of Elian's dark side while he grabbed her still gives her the shivers. She says that it was so beautiful being accepted inside his body. Then she hugs Elian, and with her lips she touches the point that she marked with a bite before dying. After some moments of silence, she asks Elian not to forget her. To the chemistry lab. To the cave of the abyss. Saving point. To the cave of the abyss. To the chemistry lab. To the cave of the abyss. To the blood. Elian stands before. To the chemistry lab. You have reached Hidden Cave, Chemistry Lab. Tools. Bookshelf, wardrobe, pantry. To the entrance. You have reached Hidden Cave, entrance. Light. To the cliff. Light. There's. To the cliff. You have reached cliff path. Background. There's the speedboat docked among the cliffs. Aside from that, Elian is surrounded by nature. Grass. At a to the plain, to the hidden cave, to the coast. To the speedboat. Elian greets the crew, and they are happy to invite him inside. They were searching for Elian, their savior. If he needs a passage, Elian just has to ask. If he needs to return inside the ghost ship, they will bring him nearby. Then he will have to proceed alone with the lifeboat. You have reached speedboat inside. Saving point. You saved the game. Amelia. Amelia is glad to see Elian again. She's sorry that they didn't manage to find him before, but she swears that they searched for him non-stop. Elian interrupts her and tells her that it's okay. There's no need to apologize anymore. Tools. There are many tools used for navigation, but even more for fishing. Crew member 3. He thanks Elian once more. He kinda became his fan after watching the stunts he performed during the battle against the Kraken. Medical kit. The rest is for the crew. Bed. Elian doesn't need to sleep anymore. Weapons. There's some to the wharf, to the outside. You have reached speedboat, outside. Lifeboat. There's a lifeboat. Crew member 4. He pats Elian on his shoulder and tells him that he was awesome. It will always be an honor to have Elian aboard. crew member 5. He shakes Elian's cold hand and tells him that he did a great job when he shouted at that moment. Looks like the one who died was a dear friend of his. If Elian didn't act in that moment, he could have done something stupid in a rage. Fishman. The battle begins. The enemy is getting faster. The battle ends. Elian gains 200 experience points. Elian gets lifeboat. Crew member 4. Crew member. Humanoid turtle. The battle begins. The enemy is shielded from attacks. The enemy is not shielded anymore. The battle ends. Elian gains lifeboat. Crew member to inside. To the ghost ship. Crew member to in. You have reached speedboat inside. To the cliffs. You have reached cliff path. Background. Grass to the plain, to the hidden cave, to the coast. That was the coast in which Elian was abducted by that vampire. It looks like from that cave, there's a good view to this coast. Like a hunting ground for the predator. You have reached Lonely Coast. Sea. A pleasant sea breeze blows from the sea. Elian stands there for a while. Coast. Even if sea currents transport to this coast any type of object, at the moment it's completely clear. As if someone was used to clean it. Elian immediately thinks of Deus. It makes sense. Since she caught him and hid him in that cave. The last thing she would want to deal with is some outside people searching for him. A clear coast would be simply perfect to throw them off. A hand grazes Elian's left shoulder, and a whisper comes from behind his right ear. Speak of the devil. She tells him that it makes sense. He could be right, but warns him that she's used to giving compliments, not receiving them. Shining object. Elian sees something sparkling among the sand. He gets closer and finds a silver key. The shape makes him think of an ancient key. To the cliff path. Sea. To the cliff path. You have reached cliff path. To the speedboat. You have reached speed to the cliff to the outside. You have reached speed to the ghost ship. You have reached ghost ship, main deck. Main mast. It is damaged. Skeleton corpses. Elian feels like some of those skeletons were not cannons. The cannons are still there. Actually, the main deck is still in good condition. Elian thought he would have found the ship in worse condition. Cannonballs. There are many cannonballs scattered near the cannons. In case of a battle with cannons, it would be handy. To the speedboat, to the stern. To the bow, to the stern. To the bow, to below deck. You have reached saving. You saved the game. Front to the hold. You have reached. Go back to below deck. You have reached. Go front. You have reached. Go front. You have reached. Ghost to the hold. You have reached. Ghost to the treasure room. Elian unlocks the door with the silver key. This is a place from where even monsters stay back. There are many chests opened and a few ones closed. Some pieces of a corpse are scattered around the floor, and there's a great chest in the center of the room. Perhaps this is the infamous cursed treasure that led the crew to disgrace. You have reached Ghost Ship, Treasure Room. Shards of flesh and bones. It's a horrible view. Around the room, pieces of meat and bones are scattered everywhere. They are chewed, ripped apart, or shredded. There's all kinds of pieces. Eyes, brains, organs, limbs, spines. Everything. For some reason, they aren't decomposed. As if time doesn't flow in this room. Worthy of a true slaughterhouse. Opened chests. Someone took the contents of those chests. Sealed great chest. Closed chests. Those chests contain some jewels and other valuables, but Elian won't dare to take any of them. A treasure found inside a ghost ship can only bring disgrace. To the hold. Shards of opened chest. Sealed great chest. This great chest is sealed from the outside with many ropes, a net, and even a cat hammock. Centuries have passed since the period in which those pirates lived. Will Elian remove a seal? Swipe left to cut a seal. Swipe right to not do that. Elian cuts one of the ropes wrapped around the chest. 2 seals are left. Will Elian remove another seal? Swipe left to cut a seal. Elian cuts another rope wrapped around the chest. 1 last seal is left. Will Elian remove the last seal? Swipe left. Elian cuts the last rope wrapped around the chest. They all lie on the floor. With caution, Elian cuts the hammock and moves it aside. Finally, there's the net. Elian slowly grabs the net, and with a wave of energy, he lifts the net and tosses it to the side. He immediately jumps back a couple of meters. He has his weapons in both his hands, ready for any suspicious movement. But nothing happens. It's quiet, and the great chest has no more seals. Opened sharp to the hold. You have reached. Go to the treasure room, to below deck. You have reached. Ghost to the hold, to the cabin, to the armory. You have reached. Ghost. Front, back exit. Bucket, back exit. You have reached Ghost. Saving. You saved the front. You have reached front. Ghost. You have reached. Go to the hold. You have reached. Go to the treasure. You have reached Ghost. Shards of flesh and opened chest. Great chest. No more seals. Elian gets close. Will Elian open the great chest? Swipe left to open the chest. Swipe right to not do that. Elian takes a step backwards. And that saves his life. That's a mimic, and its bite misses his hand by a few centimeters. Elian dashes backwards and draws his weapon. The mimic won't stop. It opens and closes its jaws as if it's mad. It won't stop at all, and Elian must keep dodging and moving away. He's never seen such a large and wild mimic. This room is much too small and full of obstacles. Elian runs to the hold. This will be the proper arena for one tremendous battle. Battle begins. The enemy is getting stronger. Hellion is getting weaker. The enemy is getting stronger. Hellion is getting weaker. He has no more blood. Hellion is defeated. Seems like this is the end. Swipe left to load the last saved game. You have reached Ghost Ship, below deck, center. Front exit. You have reached front exit. You have reached Ghost to the hold. You have reached Go to the treasure room. You have reached Ghost Shard opened great chest. No more seal. Swipe. Hellion takes a step back. Battle begins. getting stronger. battle ends. Elian gains 6,660 experience points. Elian increases his experience level. Double tap to continue. After countless strikes on the outer part of his body, he finally dies. His casket-shaped body is now opened like a normal chest. Aside from the fact that the edges are covered with long, thin and sharp teeth, the content of the chest is an organic body with some organs like eyes, which now have an empty and vitreous gaze. Elian pierces the heart of the mimic, and it spills so much blood that he gets an amazing amount of 10 blood vials from it. When the corpse runs out of blood, it dries up and turns into dust. Elian returns to the treasure room to take another look at the scene of the massacre. Mankind's greed and foolishness makes them fight among themselves for something without any actual value, and this creates an endless cycle. That mimic looked like a punishment for them, but not even a terrible monster like that can stop this cycle. It's such an irony that there was nothing inside the cursed treasure, and that only Elian, who had nothing to do with this story, could find and appreciate the true treasure. Just more blood. To the hold. Shards of flesh and bone. Opened Someone took the contents of the closed chest. Those chests contain some jewel. To the hold. You have reached Ghost Ship. Hold. Front. You open life more than 75% life points. Experience inventory. Instructions. Inventory. You opened the inventory page. 10. Blood vial. A crystallization of power shaped like a vial, which contains blood. Swipe up to go back to the menu page. 1. Sack. It's you. You're back in the map. Ghost. The battle. The battle ends. Elian gain. Ghost. The battle The battle ends. Elian gains. Metal. Rotten met. Most. Rotten. The own. Floor. Even if Elian removes the to below deck. You have reached Ghost. To the hold. To the cabin. To the armory. You have reached Ghost Ship. Armory. Skeleton. The battle begins. The battle ends. Elian gains 1. Weapons. Skeleton. Front back exit. You have reached Ghost Ship. Below deck. Saving point. You saved the game. Front to the hold. To the main deck. Skeleton. The battle begins. The battle ends. Elian gain. Sealed path. Skeleton. To the main deck. You have reached Ghost Ship. Main deck. To the bar. To the stern. To the speedboat. You have reached speedboat outside. Lifeboat. Crew member 4. Light to the ghost ship to inside. You have reached speedboat inside. Saving point. You saved the game. Amelia. Saving point. Amelia. Amelia is glad to see Elian again. Saving. You saved the game. Tool. Crew member 3. Medical kit. Bed. Weapons. To the wharf. Elian returned to the village. The situation has calmed a bit, but people are locked inside their homes, and a few other people are still playing the plague spreader and the vigilante. Apparently the plague spread further, and it might not stop. You have reached Harbour Village, wharf. Nets. They are used for fishing. Doctor. The doctor will be able to handle the situation from now on. Amelia. She is going to sail as soon as Elian is ready to leave. To the speedboat. To the villagers' houses. You have reached Harbour Village, villagers' houses. To the wharf, to the main road. You have reached Harbour Village, main road. Saving point. You saved the game. You opened the menu page. Quit game. Hellhunter. Anti-Nomen. Move among the options in the main menu with swipe left and swipe right. Then tap 2 times to select an option. Exit game.
Stand. Space refresh.